What's going on, guys? It's your man Ed Hayes here, back for another video, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the dark side of wholesaling. Alright, it's a lot of things that kind of go on in the industry, so I wanted to make a video for all of you all who may be jumping in, or maybe you've been around for a while and you probably know some of these things already or have experienced it, or if not, I definitely wanted to make this video to be able to help you all, kind of alleviate some of the pressure that you may be under when you first start wholesaling, and kind of, get yourself out of bad situations that can happen if you're dealing with shady characters and things like that. So I'm gonna be talking about the dark side, guys. Not everything is peaches and cream when you're getting out here into the wholesaling industry. So I hope that you all are pumped for this content. If so, hit that like button now, guys. It really helps the channel. And also subscribe to the channel. I'm on the mission right now. I'm trying to get over 3,000 subscribers before the end of the year, guys. So if you want to be a part of this journey, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I make new videos. All right, so let's go ahead, let's dive into this content, guys.
I want it all, expensive trip, exotic cars when I took that loss.
Alright, guys, so one of the first things that you're going to have to watch out for are unscrupulous methods and unscrupulous people. So in other words, I just mean like some people are kind of shady out here, and some of the methods that people use to kind of bring in sellers and buyers even are just really kind of shady, and you want to watch out for those people. You don't want to be associated with people that's out here doing scandalous stuff, and you don't want to get trapped in their cycle or get caught up like doing things that you shouldn't be doing and things of that nature. So some of the things that you may have to watch out for are wholesalers trying to act like they're buyers. First off, I just feel like that's just a shady way of starting off. You don't want to start off the process with people seeming like some shady person that's lying already. That's not good for business, guys. So don't be out there like putting yourself out there as a buyer. The next thing that people do that wholesalers tend to do to buyers is they're putting out ghost ads, on Craigslist. Don't get me wrong. Now, I've told people now you can try it in the past or whatever, but don't get me wrong. A lot of buyers see that as like a really shady thing because they can kind of see through what you're trying to do, and you've got this post up there. It's a brand new post. They just called you 5 minutes after you posted it and you're telling them that it's already sold. It makes no sense. So kind of keep that in mind. A lot of buyers are kind of turned off by that, and they won't want to work with you because of that. It's a ton of other things that you can deal with, such as, JV partners trying to steal your deals. So make sure that you always get contracts signed with any person that you're going to be working with, whether it be buyer, seller, JV partner, realtor, does not matter. Make sure that you get something in writing that says what they're going to do and what you're going to do, so you all are both kind of held liable to that contract, and you're doing it in an honest, fair way. You don't have to worry about somebody going off and closing on a deal that you put all of the work in, but you just gave it over to them without actually getting a JV contract signed. It happens. It happens to people, so just make sure that you protect yourself, okay? So that's gonna be like some of the unscrupulous methods. It's a ton more stuff, but I don't necessarily want to go into everything. I'm sure that, like, tell me what methods, like what unscrupulous things that people do down below in the comment box, guys. Let's have a conversation down there. I'm gonna be responding to all of the comments down there, but yeah, let's have a conversation about that. Like, what other things have you seen wholesalers do that was so shady or bogus, or like they took your deals, or like took your buyers, or your buyer stole your deal, things like that? All of those things can happen. Sellers lie also. So many things can kind of go wrong with deals fall through right at the closing table. So that's actually going to go into like number 2, or like the next thing that's kind of involved with the dark side of wholesaling. And it's pretty much like not every deal is going to close, right? So like things are going to happen, things are going to come up, things are going to get in the way of you closing every deal. Not every deal is actually going to make it to the table and get that far. Now, sellers, like I said, some sellers are going to lie, some buyers are going to lie, some JV partners are going to lie. You want to have those relationships established with credible people with integrity and honesty, and you want to be able to do consistent deals with the same group of people consistently. That's how you actually get something going on a consistent basis, okay? But like I said, You know, not every single deal is gonna close. Some people are gonna bag out at the last moment. Some sellers aren't gonna tell you that they've got taxes on the property, or if they've got, you know, 2 or 3 other people on the title. They didn't even, you know, figure to mention that to you, even though you asked that to them. So you've gotta be prepared for that. Don't start counting your money or start spending your money until you've actually closed on the deal. That's a huge thing that a lot of wholesalers do, that they just instantly start getting super excited as soon as they get the seller to sign on the first contract. That's not where everything ends. You got to keep grinding. You got to keep going all the way until you get that deal closed through the closing table. Nothing has happened. You have not helped anybody until that property transfers ownership to the new owner. Okay, so make sure that you don't get too emotional, too involved with the deals. Like, if it doesn't make money, it don't make sense. So make sure that you're running your numbers properly and that you know everything that's kind of going on with the property in advance. All right. The next thing, guys, is like, this could take some time. You know, a lot of people kind of fantasize, or not fantasize, but like, you know, a lot of people can kind of make it seem as though wholesaling is just like this magical thing that's just going to do itself, and you know, you're going to start off and, you know, in the next 10 days you're going to have $10,000 and you're going to be doing all of this stuff. And just know that these deals can take some time. It's not always going to be that easy. Sometimes you're going to have to grind for it. Sometimes you're going to have to work. A lot of times you're going to have to work, and it's going to be rough. It's going to be title issues. You know, the seller is going to have to get the property done with a probate process, or, you know, the buyer is trying to negotiate on price or terms, or, you know, whatever it may be. The property can have foundation issues that you didn't realize, and now it collapses. These things take time, and just because you've got a deal in the pipeline, or like, you know, you're working on a deal that seems good, don't just completely stop your pipeline. Make sure that you keep calling people, keep putting in that work, keep believing that you need to have a full pipeline at all times. Should never be a time that you don't have any next deal. You should never just be working on one deal and just putting all of your hope, faith, luck, energy, everything into just this one thing that can collapse at any point. These deals are very fragile, especially when you're working with these lower property costs, and like they're taking like these lowball offers and things of that nature. You got to know that people are fragile. These deals are very fragile. You've got to be prepared for the long haul. My best advice, if you're getting into wholesaling, is to be in this for the long haul. Don't be in this to try to get rich quick. If you think that you're about to turn your entire life around in the next 30 days because of wholesaling, yeah, maybe 1% of people who will ever watch this video or learn about wholesaling in general will like immediately close this enormous deal that changes their lives and everything is just beautiful and magical. Most people go through a lot of adversity before they actually get their first deal. I just want to keep it real with you, because I think a lot of people kind of like create this fantasy that it's just going to be just instantaneous cash flow and everything is working out perfectly and there's no troubles along the way. Trust me, there's typically going to be a lot of things that you're going to struggle at. You're not prepared to be perfect when you're first starting off, but don't let that stop you from taking action in the first place. So these are like some of the things that can kind of stop you and hinder you. Like the attorney can take a very long time. The attorney or the title company can take a very long time with processing the paperwork. The city or the county could take a long time with bringing back water bills or tax bills and things of that nature. You know, so many things can go wrong. The light company or the like the water company can take a long time coming out to the property to read the meter before the property can get sold. Things like that. It's like you never really know. Another thing that can happen is that pipes can burst. You know, we're in the winter time right now when I'm recording this video, and so guys, be prepared. Like, pipes can burst. You may want to have your sellers turn on their pipes on like a very slow drip, so then, you know, the water keeps running. They don't have to worry about the pipes freezing up. Things of that nature. Like, anything can happen out here. Squatters can be in the property and you may have to try to get them out, or work with the police to get them out, or get the seller to go to eviction court to get them out. So many different things can happen, and you've basically got to take every property on a case-by-case basis. You can't really guarantee what's going to happen. You don't really know. right? It's like nobody really knows what's gonna happen, so you just gotta be patient, be confident, be courageous, walk up in there with confidence, know what you're doing, know that you can get the job done. But not only that, like keep your pipeline stuffed. That's the most important thing. Like these deals aren't gonna be perfect, okay? But just know that if you're doing it the right way, that you should be getting deals consistently all the time. And what I mean by the right way is that this is actually another one of the, what I feel like is an unscrupulous method of doing wholesaling. Now that's pretty much like where people go out to sellers and are pretty much telling them like, yeah, I'm the buyer, I'm gonna buy your property, things of that nature, and da 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 da. Like, so pretty much just starting off lying. Like, I just feel like that's so disgraceful. Seriously, like you just, if people out here have been telling you to go out and lie to people's grandmothers about buying their house, and like you literally just starting off by telling them you're the buyer, that's just crap, okay? If you don't have the money to actually buy this place and you haven't even been reaching out to sellers, like you haven't even been reaching out to buyers, like you literally just started off like, let me call sellers and lie to them and tell them that I'm a buyer. That's what a lot of people out here teach. And it's absolutely sickening to me that people teach you to lie to people. Don't get me wrong, I always say that you can't teach what you don't know, right? So I think that a lot of people like to play devil's advocate. I think that a lot of people who teach like go out and talk to the seller and tell them that you're the buyer, a lot of times those people are buyers. Those people have the resources to go out and take down that property themselves. So like they're just teaching from their own experience, right? But most people out here, they don't have 20, 30, 40, 50, $80,000 to go put down on the property, or even have the money to put down on the down payment. If you're going out to people just straight up lying to them, then that's just a bad way to do business. I truly believe it. The best way to actually go about running these wholesaling businesses is by finding your buyers first, building up relationships with them, finding out what the market wants, what the money in the situation wants, because we're not getting these properties for us. So it doesn't make sense to just go out there and just go get anything, and if it's a good deal, then someone will buy it. That's just BS, because what's a good deal to you is going to be different from Bob or Sally or John or David or whoever. So it's very subjective. Like someone could think a hood property, like a property in the hood that's destroyed, is an amazing deal. But then that same, like somebody else could think that same property is an absolute piece of crap. So it's really about finding out what the market wants, and then going out and providing the market what it wants. Okay, so that's the way that I believe is the right way to run an actual business, and not just be a one-hit wonder out here in the real estate game in general. Whether you are a real estate agent, a wholesaler, or whatever, I just feel like this is the obvious, clear way to run an actual business and not just be a one-hit wonder. I know it's a lot of different views on that, but that's just my personal opinion. I didn't mean to digress into that too much, guys, but this is kind of like the dark side of wholesaling. I think a lot of people out here are just full of crap, and they're teaching you to be full of crap, and they're teaching you how to be a one-hit wonder. And everybody knows this. If you're watching this video, you're thinking like, man, I'm glad somebody finally said that. Like, I've been thinking the same thing. Like, why am I going to people lying and then hoping that I'm gonna get a deal from some random person I'm hoping is gonna come to the table with a $120,000 check, and I've never talked to them, and I've told Miss Johnson that I'm gonna get her property sold, and I just went out there and lied to her like a piece of crap. Like, how does that feel? Like, don't that feel like, so, you know, I'm sure that some of you all, like, you've thought about this and you know how silly that sounds. You know how, like, this don't feel right to me. So these are some of like the dark things that kind of go on. People prey on old people and kind of lead them down a path to believe that they're going to get their property sold, and then that elderly person ends up in a terrible situation where, you know, they may end up passing away, or, you know, they lose the house or whatever it may be, because they're working with these inexperienced wholesalers who are going out there lying, and it can get really dark. It can get really ugly, and people can go through some really terrible situations. And I truly believe that that's the reason why we have the new law in Illinois that requires wholesalers to get a real estate license. It just makes sense, because so many people were just doing it the wrong way. It's kind of like the wild west out here, so we've got to control ourselves, people. Anyway though, guys, this video went way longer than what I thought it was going to, but I hope that you all like this content, man. If you're still watching this video, I appreciate you. Go ahead, hit that like button if you haven't already, and consider subscribing to the channel, guys. I'm on the road to 3,000 subscribers right at the time of actually making this video. So if you haven't already become a part of this team, consider subscribing, guys. I'm trying to get over 3,000 before the end of this year. I would really appreciate your support, and come on to this journey with me, and you're gonna learn a whole lot about real estate, business, credit. I'm considering like changing up the name of the channel to be a little bit more like real estate general, like Ed Hayes Real Estate, something around those lines. Let me know what you all think about that down in the comment box. I would truly appreciate you all's feedback when it comes to changing up the name, but I want to start bringing you all more content around business, real estate, and credit, so you all can really get out here, start getting sustainable income coming in. Don't have to spend your entire life working for someone else. All right. Anyway, though, guys, I hope that you all like this video. Like I said, if you did, hit that like button, guys. If you want to get more videos like this and you want to work with me personally, definitely consider joining my Wholesaler Mastermind group. You can work with me personally. We can go through from A to Z how to get these deals. I'll help you hand in hand. We can knock it out, guys. So in the link in the description in the video, guys, check it out, the Wholesaler Mastermind. I look forward to seeing you there. I hope that you all are having a blessed rest of your day. And until next time, guys, I am out.